And this is just natural, so whatever's natural to you, right?
There you go, exactly. There's no rules here.
There's no rules at all. I don't know what he's talking about. All right. Welcome to Circuits and Scotch, where we talk electronics manufacturing issues, techs, and specs, all while sipping on some whiskey.
Yeah, we do. I'm Glenn, and this is Jeff Worth, NAS Electronics, and every week we get lots of questions, and we get a lot of the same questions over and over again, so we thought we'd do a short little video blog to answer most common questions we get on a daily basis.
Absolutely, and it's really fun for us to drink. So
there you go.
All right, so today's question is, how do we introduce a new product to our line?
Oh my God, that is good. Stick around to the end of the video. You'll want to hear about this. If you're a Scotch or whiskey person, you're going to want to hear about this.
So, I say that about everyone, but they're all, I mean.
There you go.
One of these times we're going to have to do a bad one.
All right, yeah. I have met a few Scotch or whiskeys I don't like, just for the record. This one's, anyways, we'll get on to the NPIs, which stands for?
New Product Introduction. So how do we introduce a new product to our line? I can tackle this one off the start. Is we have a pretty intensive process. When we go through the new product introduction, that's really our first touch with the product. That's the most important time that we have with the product. So even before it touches the line, we've done a good amount of engineering and meetings to ensure that whatever hits the line is going to be as bulletproof as possible. So off the start, we do an engineering review. From there, we have what we call an NPI meeting, or new products introduction meeting, where we involve all of our managers, leads, and specialists in order to make sure that they can identify any risks that we might have missed in the engineering side of things. And then from there, we have a pretty extensive first article process. I joke about it. It's three to 6 pages long, but it makes sure that we touch every single point on that first article.
There you go. And so, we just wing this. We don't have a script or anything. We just sit in front of the camera and talk. So while I was listening right there, actually probably be a really good question to ask somebody, which is any vendor you're working with, any contract manufacturer, EMS provider like us that you're working with, ask them what's involved in your NPI process. Good question. And to add on to what Jeff said, for us, what it looks like is 5 engineers sitting in a room with all your documentation as you provided us before we do a single thing. So what we do is we get an engineer and management involved in every department. So there'll be somebody there from SMT, there'll be engineering there, there'll be production management there, there'll be, if we're doing a value added or final assembly box build or final assembly, there'll be somebody represented there.
All the way down to warehouse, because that's the most important part to us too, is hate when we get all the way through the process and the packaging's wrong, so it gets to you and it's damaged, even though it looked perfect when we put it in the box here. That's always the worst possible thing.
Always so frustrating when you can put 1,000 parts on the board the size of that right there, but then when it goes to shipping, we cause damage. So yeah, even that's a good point. Even all the way down to the shipping and how it's going to be sent to you is important. So, which by the way, if you guys have any instructions on that, please include them with the information you provide us. You know your products better than we do. So if there's been, hey, we need them packaged this way because, man, we'd love hearing that.
Absolutely.
We'd love hearing that.
And honestly, even consumer packaging, we do that too. We do that for a couple customers, is ship it straight to your customer from our facility. So
there you go. So whereas and just one clarification, new product introduction for you, it might not be a new product, but if you're moving it over to us and having us do the assembly, we of course count it as a brand new product for us, and we sit down and do that. So it's not just for the new revisions or the new products you're working on. It's every time we get a product that we win the order on, we sit down and do an NPI.
Absolutely.
Yeah, super important. It really helps improve yield, quality, quality escapes, all the above. Very good. All right, you want to talk about?
Sure. So today we have the Kilchoman STR cask. So it's actually in a refinished red wine cask. And the really unique thing about this one that I kind of have a love-hate relationship with this, because I also like beers, but I hate IPAs. And to me, this is kind of like an IPA of Scotch, but I like it. Usually here, smoky or peaty. This one hits both really strong. It's not, I can't say it's less smoky, less peaty. It's just really strong on both ends. Honestly, more than most Scotches. So it's fantastic, but just a little bit unique.
Yeah, we should probably come up with a rating system. I'm going to rate this one. I'll rate. We don't have one, just for the record.
Let's make it right now.
I'd rate
Scale
it
of
high.
1 to 5.
1 to 5. Wow. Okay, this is. I'm going to start with about 4. If you love the flavors in whiskey and Scotches, this one just works really well. If you really embrace those flavors, the little bit of burn you get, this one's really fantastic.
Agree. I'd give this about a 4, 4.5. Unless you're brand new to Scotch, I'd go probably on the 2. It's a little a little overpowering for somebody who's not used to those flavors.
Little too scotchy or whiskey?
Yeah, a little too
whiskey.
scotchy.
There you go, a little too scotchy.
Kind
Yeah,
of like
there you go.
introducing somebody to a beer by drinking Guinness.
Well, hopefully you found this informative and helpful. Maybe just a little bit fun. If you did, hit the like and subscribe. Did I do that right?
That's correct. You got it right this time.
I always get that wrong. I don't understand how any of this works, to be honest with you.
And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, queries, or conundrums, toss them in the comments below. We also will toss in the description our email and phone number, so if you guys want to give us a call, please feel free to.
There you go. Until then,
Keep on building.
and keep on sipping.